YouTube, the Ghoul King says, what the crap's going on? Welcome to the next video. We're going to be doing some testing, obviously, as you can see from the name of the title. I've got some Empire crossbowmen firing on my Graveguard, and we're going to talk a little bit about Regeneration. Regeneration was patched recently in the latest update, and there's a hard cap on it, and it tells you that each unit can only be replenished up to a certain amount. So right now you can see that none of these units are replenishing. When I bring the Ghoul King close, there should be replenishment going. Well, it says it replenishes hit points to combatants, so I may just have to use Invocation in the heck. Yeah, maybe I should have just brought a Necromancer. But in any case, you can only heal so many hit points now, so I'm going to let some hit points get taken away from these guys to demonstrate. So it's 60% of the total, and so what, 10% of this would be 620, yeah, times 6, so what, it was about 3,600 hit points or so, roughly. Should be about 3,720-ish. So I'm going to let the crossbows damage that much, and then we'll start using Invocation to Heck just to show you that the replenishment can only heal so many hit points now. So I'm going to let the crossbows damage me, and I'll come back, and we'll demonstrate. Alright, I'm back. I'm going to drop an Invocation in the Heck, and we should see that these units here will only be able to replenish a certain amount of their hit points. So as you can see there, it's now starting to count down because Invocation in the Heck is giving them back. So during the course of a battle, once this unit has reached that limit, no spell, no potion, no influence, no aura, no effect will be able to regenerate that unit any further. So at that point, it is over. So what that means for the vampires is that that's a considerable nerf to them, really, because the fact that you could just keep your units alive indefinitely with the vampires was definitely one of the things that made them dangerous. Now, when it comes to let's continue this discussion in a minute. I want to pull up. I'm back, and what I wanted to discuss was just the different aspects of this, and the test I've set up here, and I'll just let it go on in the background while we kind of have a discussion. Is I've brought a Mortis engine, 4 of them to be exact, and what we're gonna attempt to demonstrate here is just kind of show you how as a unit loses hit points, which that one is losing hit points. Okay, yeah, you can see it's regenerating, so it's counting down. So what I'm going to demonstrate to you, again, is just, this is a better way to demonstrate it because there's a constant replenishment aura on these Mortis engines. Now, the only downside of this is I don't believe that they can actually resurrect anything. Yeah, regeneration. Yeah, so this is not actually going to resurrect anything. So as these guys die, there'll be a cap to what they can replenish anyway. But let's talk for a minute. And what I wanted to talk about was how does this affect the vampires? And I'm going to cut this off for just a minute, let you get some sweet Mortis engine view with all the ghouls flying around. It's looking pretty nice. Here, there we go. So what does this mean for the vampires? Well, in campaign, it's probably a good thing. If you ask me, the vampires in campaign at this point are so murderously overpowered in the sense that Vlad von Karstein can Vanguard deploy any vampire unit, including himself. And then you've got Helman Gorst, which I think makes every vampire unit have poison attacks, which is absolutely nuts. And so, I mean, in campaign, I don't really feel bad for the vampires whatsoever. So putting a cap on this replenishment mechanic is fine. In terms of making it, I mean, the player's already going to have a really easy time face rolling any AI, I think, with the vampires. Now, that said, let's talk about multiplayer a little bit. What does this mean for multiplayer? Now, I'm going to give you my opinion, but this is absolutely open for discussion. I'd like to see what you all think. Let's come back out here where you all can see this. Let's check and look and see how many hit points. These guys aren't replenishing all that fast. I thought they would replenish a lot faster with 4 Mortis engines here. Wow, those things screech really loud. So in any case, what I was going to go ahead and chat about is what about multiplayer? What does this do? So, you know, you previously saw a lot of people use stuff like the Death Star, and not a lot of people really liked the Death Star, to be quite honest. Most people hated it because they thought it was cheesy and this and that, and I guess it kind of is. the thing is the vampires rely on regeneration. It's kind of like the undead beating heart of their army. The regeneration keeps their units alive because they crumble. Their leadership is low. They start crumbling easier, and the regeneration is kind of like the magic that binds them together and keeps their army going. It's what makes them dangerous. So the key to beating the vampires always was bringing down their lords. Now there has definitely been some times when that was easier said than done, and sometimes can still be the case. I'm not 100% certain at this point where my opinion lies. I was definitely not a fan of the people, and this is a whole separate discussion. We'll talk about healing potions momentarily, but in terms of the regeneration hit point cap, I don't like it. Not as a blanket, and the reason I don't like it as a blanket is because it unduly affects, to me, what is an interesting play mechanic of the vampires. It was awesome to just watch your unit just be held together by this dark magic, and I really enjoyed it. It was pretty neat, and yeah, I get it. There was times in multiplayer where some of the stuff seemed pretty cheesy, but Invocation of the Hex, not cheap on an overcast. It has a pretty long cooldown time. It seems like it's pretty fairly balanced at the moment. At least in my opinion. Now, with the addition of a Mortis engine and other stuff that can just, replenish indefinitely, there's definitely some questions here as to when they ran out of ammo, all of the crossbowmen routed. There's definitely some questions as to what that means. Let's talk about one other scenario, though, with the regeneration that I kind of like. All right, we're going to talk about healing potions. So this is one thing where I kind of feel like the regeneration cap is good, in the sense that the regeneration cap is going to make a healing potion, it's going to make 2 healing potions redundant. Having 1 healing potion now makes sense, like this potion of healing, or you could bring the potion of toughness, one or the other. Now the potion of healing lasts for a full-on 40 seconds, which is longer. So the question is whether or not the healing happens fast enough that 22 seconds is long enough to get you the 60% of your health. If we fast forward a little bit, I'm going to let my White King take some pretty significant damage here. So I'm going to let him get shot. So is this a good effect in terms of what it does to potion spam and character spam? Like, so, coming up against 4 Gorbals, each with 2 healing potions, and basically they each ended up having close to like 15,000 hit points because of the way things would work out. It's kind of weird how the AI keeps scooting up on me. Never seen him do that before. But yeah, so it's good in that respect. It's not a bad thing. The challenge that I see here is that the way in which this is implemented seems a bit odd. I like the idea. I like that Creative Assembly's trying to get rid of the healing potion character spam. What I'm struggling with here is, again, the implementation. Why this regeneration per unit cap? Wouldn't it make more sense to instead just cap the potion to 1? You know what I mean? And there's multiple ways to do that. You could literally just say only 1 potion that has healing properties. Or you could turn around and say that basically you could change the potion of strength to not have any healing in it. And the problem would be solved. So you'd only have the 1 healing potion. Now, should a healing potion bring back all of the health of a unit? Well, that's another fair question. And should it? Good question. If it does bring back all of the health, how much should it cost? And would it be easier, again, rather than having a potion that brings back all of a character's health, would it make more sense if the potion, and look at this, so we're gonna reuse most of this cap. You can see there the healing potion in effect. You can only replenish 1,800 hit points. So having a second healing potion is pointless, and that's part of what I want to demonstrate here. So I'm going to heal my guy all the way up to where he can. So there, he's used it. So full replenishment, and I have another potion that does healing. So if the AI is going to like scoot up and shoot me in the face, I guess, which is fine. So there they shoot me. You can see my health going down. If I pop another healing potion, you'll notice that that potion's not doing anything. So does it effectively end the potion spam? Yes, it does. And there's only so many hit points that it can replenish in the first place. So will that do positive things for the game? I think in some regards, yes. It'll make online play less character with potion spammy. So I think that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But again, the implementation's kind of odd. What do you think? Give me your honest opinion in the comments. I want to see what the community thinks. I'm trying not to overreact too quickly, because we did ask Creative Assembly to change the potion thing, and technically they have. Again, the question is whether or not this is the right way to do it. So definitely appreciate them trying something new and making tweaks to the game and changing things. I haven't played a ton of battles with this so far, so that's why I'm being a little bit hesitant to let you know exactly where I stand. Check out this AI behavior by the chance. Facing right here when the only enemy is literally standing 10 feet away from them. Maybe that's where we should be spending our time patching. Anyway, yeah, so tell me what you think in the comments. That's it for this video. I mean, if you really think that I need to show you something else or test something else, I can. If I got something wrong, let me know. But I mean, every unit has that cap. And like I said, with the potions, I'm fine with the impact it has on the potions, because I don't like the potion spam over and over again. It was pretty ridiculous. But when it comes to regenerate on the vampires, are you okay with that? There's going to be a lot of people that are going to say, well, the vampires are OP as crap anyway, it's good for them. You know, I get it. You know, the vampires are strong. They're definitely strong, and this recent update only made them stronger. But at the same time, again, remember that Spirit Leech has been nerfed. Invocation into Heck has a longer cooldown time, and all that other stuff's been put in there. So, I mean, do you really need to do that? You know, again, so Invocation into Heck, the overcast one that would actually be used for like a Death Star type thing, costs 12 mana, and I want to say the cooldown time's about like 40 seconds. We can go look at it real quick. It's significant. It's not a small cooldown time. So if we go in here to Lore of Vampires, Invocation into Heck, it's a 24 second cooldown. Yeah, and if I overcast, it's the same. So it's 6 mana and then 11 mana. Do you think that's fair? I was a little bit off on my numbers. I apologize. Do you think this is fair? Do you think that's enough cooldown time? Is 24 seconds? I mean, that's a pretty good amount of time. You can do a lot of damage over the course of 24 seconds. Tell me what you think. Like I said, I want this to be a conversation. If people disagree with you, feel free to discuss and let them know. Let's not get mean or anything else. Hope you all enjoyed the video. If you want to see more, please feel free to subscribe. Appreciate MSI having sponsored the build where I capture this, and if you want any more information, you can obviously check the links in the description. Definitely hope you will be back for more, and certainly thank you, my awesome viewer, for watching the video.